So, uh, so is it audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
And
Yes, sir.
yeah, the screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I think today will not face any problem. Yeah. So, so I'm starting from again from that thing. So this is VLSI design. So the VLSI design, yesterday I said that why it is called VLSI. This is very large scale integration. Okay, and the very large scale because the chip is containing lots of transistors. Lots of means it's a billion of transistors. Okay, so initially when it started VLSI, it was more than 20,000 transistors at the time of 1970 or 78. So from 78, 1978, it is called VLSI. So from then, it is people are calling VLSI, but actually it is ULSI, means ultra large scale integration, then super large scale integration, and SOC. Lot of things are there, but generally engineers prefer this word VLSI. It's more convenient to all the designers in industry. Also, it is familiar this term. So that's why it is called VLSI. And the design is nothing but the interconnection of all the transistors in between and with other components inside that chip also. Okay, so this is the design part, and the VLSI is the very large scale integration. The combination of these transistors and interconnection, nothing but a finally it's the product is a chip, and that chip is particularly for a function. Okay, whether it's a processor or it's a SRAM or whether it's any other chip. Okay, and so for textbook, that first one is that Kang, okay, is the famous book, and continuously is adding things in this book, and this book for you people only, it's actually good for senior level undergraduate or MTech level. This is fine for you. And most of the portions, means around 90% of this course you can get from this book, the first one. And from second and third book, very few things are there. I can discuss that thing. And for reference book, you can refer that second book, John M. Rabe and Anand Chandrakasan. That book is very nice. Okay, you can, and also other books, Ken Martin, that fourth one is also good. So you can, so better you cover from this first one, the textbook, Kang book, and for reference to know more, you refer that second book, that John M. Rabe. Okay. So purpose of this course, first of all, by going through this course, you can get a in-depth analytical knowledge about the design. Okay, how the CMOS is working, what is the circuit part, how in the transistor level or gate level or block level. So these things you will learn in this course. And next thing is in the modern chip, how the modern chip integration or IC, modern IC, that thing you will know. So mostly you will know the design part, how designs are done in the modern integrated circuits. And next thing is the fabrication. So definitely you should know the fabrication, because without knowing the fabrication steps, you can't design a circuit efficiently, because it's every thing is interconnected. Because the fabrication, first comes the fabrication, because the fabrication vendor gives the spec to the CAD company like Cadence, Synopsys, Mentor. They are designing the tools for you. Then in that tool you will design the circuit. So everything is interrelated. So from this course you will know the that circuit design, then fabrication steps, how the transistors are fabricated, how the metals, different metals are interconnected with the transistors, and these things will, and after the chip, so after fabrication, chip will come back to your place, then how will test that chip. So this thing you will learn. Here actually we have fabricated one chip. That chip is there. So finally, if you'll get a chance, then you will show you how will test that. Okay. So next is the tool part. So either you will use the commercial tool or open source tool. So though you are in your home, so it is you will not access this commercial tool, because every commercial tool is here. Cadence, Mentor, Synopsys, costly tool. So the license around is, lakhs of rupees in the license, so you can't use that here. So for that, you will use the open source tool, open source or CPP sim. One tool is there. So inside that, the simulator means circuit simulator. The ngSpice is there, and that SU2 is there to draw the schematics, means circuits, transistor, capacitor, resistor. For drawing, that SU2 is there. Then for simulating that things, you will use that ngSpice. And after that, if you'll do the layout, that magic is also there. So that everything is a one package. We are planning to provide all these things to you. So you will install the VirtualBox, then inside that you will install the Linux, Ubuntu or Ubuntu or CentOS. Then we install that tool. We'll do the all the lab experiments or project related things, or you will practice different things. Will play on that circuits. So this is the purpose of this course, and prerequisites is definitely is required. At least though you have covered the device, means yes, physics of semiconductor device. Have you covered that part in your second year or? Hello?
Yes, sir. Somewhat we have covered it.
What part? Is the MOSFET part is covered or not?
Yes, sir. MOSFET part is covered, I guess.
Okay. So actually that knowledge is required actually. Okay, because without device background, you will face a lot of difficulties. So at least very basic things. What is the structure? What is the structure of the MOSFET? Then how it is working? What is the region of operation? It's linear region, saturation, cutoff. Okay, these things and the current voltage equations, ID, VGS, ID, VDS curves, you should know, and the channel length modulation, okay, body effect, these things, very common things you should know. And definitely we will go through that again, but if you know previously, then it will be better for understanding. Okay. And lot of characterization we'll do also. It's parameter extraction, what is the VT value, uh, how to calculate that, channel modulation, what is transconductance, and then what is your body effective calculate. So this thing, at least if you forget, please revise these things. We'll go also. We'll study these things again. So next thing is, another important part is the electronic circuit design and analysis. That network theory part. So that is very important. Means that all law, Kirchhoff's current law, Kirchhoff's voltage law, then mesh analysis, nodal analysis. These things are required. So, and next thing is the charging, discharging of the capacitors. Some knowledge is required. The transient, and that with the resistor RC, means if you connect the resistor with capacitor, means what is the delay time, how it is charging, how it is charging. So these things are required, because when you do circuit design, these things, ultimately these things will come at the output of the circuit. The node capacitance will come, and the transistor will act as a resistor. Then RC will come, then we'll calculate that means delay, rise time, fall time, everything will calculate on that. So that's a that network theory part is required. Okay, so you can revise that thing also. So next thing is the digital fundamentals and logic theory. So in your first year or third semester, you have studied that digital circuits. So that digital means the basic gates, not gate, AND gate, OR gate, and mocks. These things are required actually, basic knowledge how these gates are, what is the functionality. Um, by using this gate, how will design a simple circuit. Okay, so this thing is required, and logic theory how it is working actually, the Boolean algebra, and how to minimize the circuit by solving this Boolean algebra. Okay, so these things are actually required. If you are comfortable with these things, then I will not face any problem in this course. Okay, so
Sir,
yes.
sir, this was done very long, 2 years ago. If you could give a brief introduction about this, it will be okay, sir.
Yeah, but introduction means that suppose for digital fundamental, digital electronics, that very basic is Boolean algebra. Then how you are minimizing that soft pos,
So
some of.
main MOSFET part, little bit of knowledge will required.
Yeah, actually, yeah, MOSFET part definitely we'll discuss, because that is the main thing. That in the third chapter, once it will cover this history, VLSI design flow, then fabrication part, then we'll go for MOS. So I think in next week we will go to that MOS part. So that we will discuss means in very detail. Okay, because this MOS is means all this circuit based on this MOSFET. Okay, because in your digital electronics previously what you have studied, that is on gate level. Okay, either not gate, AND gate, OR gate, to gate level. But inside that gate, it is nothing but the transistor level design. So that thing, I think you have you don't know that thing. Is it correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. So that thing actually we will learn here. Okay. So means what is means how to design the transistor level design for a NOT gate, for a AND gate, for a NAND gate. So that thing we will study. So that design, when we will do the design part, so how to size the transistor inside that gate. So discuss in detail. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So, for the time being, you should know at least what is the function of that NAND gate, what is the function of a NOR gate. Okay, if you'll, I'll say just draw a MOX. What is the function of a MOX or a D flip flop in the means symbolical level? Okay, what is the input? What is the output? Okay, if we'll connect to NAND gate, then what is the output? Okay, X or X NOR. So this is this should you know. Then we will do the transistor level design. Okay, and that's network theory part already you know. Just revise that RC part mainly. Okay.
Sir, actually, we don't have any notebook and book, so it will be better if you will provide some study material on RC circuit.
Uh,
And
yeah, actually, I will provide the book Alexander and Sadiku. So, which book you are preferring? You are referring in this?
Sir, in second year, we have the reference books at the cook.
Yeah, Alexander and Sadiku. That is a very nice book. Uh, from that book, few chapters from DC part, initial that 4 to 5 chapters are there. Just to overview that. It's not. It's already you know. Just overview that. But and RC part is also there. RC circuits. So is that charging, discharging, the transient things are there. So just know that. That is sufficient. So from Alexander Sadik, you can get that thing. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So next thing is that VLSI chip design overview. So actually, it is simple to say that it's a VLSI chip, but it's not the work means yeah, only one type of engineers means only electronics or electrical. One domain of engineers are not designing the VLSI chip. It's a multidisciplinary people are using. People are required for design a VLSI chip. Okay, multidisciplinary is mechanical engineers required, chemical engineers are required, computer science, electrical, electronics. Okay, and marketing persons are required to complete a project or complete a VLSI chip. Because the first initially the architects or marketing persons they will survey the markets, what type of chip is required, what is the market demand. Okay, they will give the spec to engineers. Okay, so next the logic designers they will design all, they will create the algorithm. Okay, based on that specs. Okay, they are mainly the computer science engineers. Okay, maybe the electronics engineers. They will design that in modeling language. In that they will design the chip, overall chip functionality, and what are the interfaces, what are the input output, everything they will design in algorithm. So these are the computer science engineers. So next is the circuit and layout designers. They are basically from the electronics background. Okay, so they will design the circuit based on that algorithm or functionality, input, output, interfaces, everything. They will see and they will design the circuits. Then circuits, blocks. Okay, they will integrate that blocks. And, then they'll use the power management units for that block to give the power. For clock frequency, for clock, they will design some clock circuits. So everything they will design the electronics guys, and after that they will also design the layout of that circuit. Okay, so the circuit is nothing but that the functional. Okay, it's just schematics, and you will see the results, everything. But really, for fabrication, the layout is required. Okay, layout means the geometrical representation of that circuit. Okay, geometrical representation means that the active device, passive device, and the interconnection, everything. So for a transistor, you can see a symbol, but actually the layout is something different. A lot of layers are there. It's diffusion layers, poly layers, metal layers, then oxide layers. Okay, and some high level metal layers are there. Okay, so these things are designed by the electronics engineers. They do the layout, and finally they send for the fabrication. Then in the fabrication, the process and device engineers are there. Particularly, they are from different background, like mechanical background, then chemical background. Okay, they have done this. Some electronics engineers are there to model the device also. So this is their work. And then packaging engineers also after the chip fabrication. So it will package by plastic cover and so package engineering engineers are generally from mechanical department. Okay, and then test engineers again, electronics engineers do the test of that chip. Okay, and finally uh, these are the means different department people have done this chip, but finally the tool is important thing. So where means by which tool you will design this circuit or layout, or you will send the fabric to fabrication. So CAD tools are required. So Synopsys, Cadence, Mentor, lot of CAD companies are there. They are providing the tools. Okay, the tools means how you will design, how you will check, how you will clear the errors. Okay, everything is there. So you will do that. So, so that's why it is not possible to cover everything in a single course because it's a vast course. So here only we'll cover the digital design part. Okay, digital circuit and digital design part um, based on that CMOS um, uh, circuits. Okay, CMOS digital. We will get the in-depth knowledge about how to design and how to at least how to layout. We can do that. Okay, and you will know that some base fabrication steps. That's all about this course. Okay, so these things we will study in this subject. This is the course overview, the introduction, that MOS fabrication. So after this we will study in introduction part. We will also cover the history of this VLSI design, then VLSI design flow also we'll discuss in introduction part. Then MOS fabrication, because before going to this course, you should have an overall idea what is the fabrication, how a transistor fabricated, how a chip fabricated, because it's not like that board design. You will buy the discrete components, you will fit in your Vero board, you will get result. It's not that simple. So it's very complicated. So that's why if you get the idea of mass fabrication, then it will be easy for means mapping all these things to means lower level or circuit level or layout level. Okay. So that is we will study MOS. Then MOS transistor, yeah. In here MOS transistor means is that MOSFET. So we will study in detail. So already you have studied, but that is very simple thing. But we will discuss more detail in this MOS transistor part. Then once MOS transistor will cover, we'll go for a simple circuit, that is CMOS inverter. Okay, CMOS inverter is a two transistor design, one PMOS and one NMOS. Okay, this is very simple, fast. So everyone should start this simple circuit, MOS inverter. Actually, it's not so simple, but I already said with Prachita and Satabdi that chapter. Only that MOS inverter is nothing but a 50 pages chapter. If you study only MOS inverter, you have to read 50 pages. Okay, in that John M. Rabi book. So it's actually overall you can say it's a simple two MOSFET circuit, but a lot of things are there. You can see that um, propagation delay, rise time, fall time, noise margin, power dissipation, speed, area, transistor sizing, okay, interconnection, node capacitance, everything is there. So that thing we'll study in CMOS inverter. Then after that we'll do the combinational logic circuit. Here in the combinational logic, all gates will study that NAND gate, and that XOR or MOXes, all the combinational circuits. Using that combinational circuit, we will also do some complex circuits. Okay. So in sequential logic circuit, all the sequential logic, like deep flip-flops, counters, registers, and some storing elements we will study in the sequential parts. Okay. And then semiconductor memory also, this is very emerging field now, that SRAM, DRAM will study how memory industry is now growing, what is the requirement of, because all the data science is based on this memory. Okay, so if you are strong in memory part, definitely you will get a 10 lakh or 12 lakh job initially, that is guaranteed, because that's why we are giving all our students in memory. Means the project they will first do the memory and then they will do other things. Then dynamic logic circuits also. The combinational logic circuit will study, that is all are static. In steady states operation means once you will give the input, after some time you will get the output. That parasitics are there. the charge discharge of that capacitance. So it will take some time. After some time, the value will be steady state, either 0 or 1, like that. That will take some time, but in dynamic logic, that is somehow the timing is very less, and some advantages of these circuits are there. So here maybe the power consumption is more, but timing is less. So we'll go for that. Then design for testability is, it is also a very it's another division in the industry, DFT. Generally people are said it DFT. So I think Pracheta and Satabdi, you are in that that seminar. One guy came from ST Microelectronics, some Das. Hello, Pracheta?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
sir. That next one you're saying.
What?
That next one you're saying.
That DFT, design for man testability, means the name is Sabyasachi Das.
Sir, we could not
Yes, sir.
attend that.
Okay. So he also one day he came and gave a seminar about that. What is the demand of DFT in industry? Okay. So this is actually in some internal circuits inside the chip to test the chip, whether it's working properly or not. Some inbuilt test structures are there inside, means forcefully, means deliberately, the designers put that this some circuits apart from that original core circuit for testing purpose. So this is designed for testability. And then finally design, card, model, everything in that fourth module. Okay, so we'll study that. So if you'll see in the right figure, this is from the beginning, the device physics, then device electronics, transistor circuits, that CMOS inverter, combinational and logic circuits, sequential circuits. Then you will go for complex circuit like ROM, RAM, PLA. Okay, then VLSI subsystem, adders, multipliers. Okay, then synthesis related issue, reliability, manufacturability, testability, all these things we will study in this subject. Okay. So any doubt till now?
No, sir.
Okay. So just be interactive. Anytime you are getting any doubt or you want to know something, so just ask. You should ask any silly question, not a problem, because you are learning now. So, okay. So the module wise, this is the module 1. In the part module 1, it's a total 11 hours. So in the part 1, it's a 2 hours, history of VLSI, design methodology, design flow, and design hierarchy. So we'll study in 2 classes these things. Okay, and then in the fabrication, that process flow, what are the basic steps in the fabrication, then annual process. Actually, what we are doing, this is annual process. Annual process means if you use a P MOSFET, then that P MOSFET will be inside the annual. Actually, whatever the chip we are fabricating, that is everything on a P substrate, means P-type semiconductor substrate. Okay, so the NMOS will fabricate on the P-type substrate and the PMOS will fabricate on the N-oil substrate. So typically people are saying that annual process. Okay. Then layout, stick diagram, we'll study what is the layout, what are the DRC, means layout rules for a particular process. Okay, then stick diagram. Stick diagram means how to do the layout. Initially in pen and paper, we'll do the diagrams. This is the gate, this is the drain, this is the source. Okay, how I will connect, then within less area, I can do my layout. So first you have to do the stick diagrams. Then full custom layout. Full custom layout means it's a completely analog stuff. Actually, in digital, there is nothing about full custom. All are semi-custom. Semi-custom means The gates are already there. Means the layout of the gates, I mean, that is called standard cells. Already there. Means someone designed that, but it is in the PDK, means process design kit. When you use the tool in that library, you will get that gates. It's already designed by someone. So you will use that. You will use means a tool automatically use that and will do the routing, everything. So that's why that is called semi-custom. All digital chips is semi-custom, but for analog it is full custom. Means everything will do manually, from a single transistor to call routing. Everything will design by your own. You will do the routing manually. You will check. You will do the. You will clear the DRC, LBS, everything manually. Okay, but in digitally, almost all things are automatic. Means most of the 80% of work is done by the tool. But here in analog, most of the means more than 80% you will do manually. Okay, that is called full custom. So that thing we'll study here. Then MOS transistor, what I said before, that MOS structure. That is the MOS structure. Then MOS under external bias, we will give the bias to the MOSFET, get source, drain, will connect the supply. Then what will the that means will calculate that ID VGS, ID see the curve, ID VGS curve, ID VDS curve, ID then that transconductance, okay, and different regions of operation we'll see in this. Then MOSFET structure and operations we'll see. Then MOSFET characteristics, IV characteristics. Then MOSFET scaling and small geometry effects. So MOSFET scaling will study, means that technology node, day by day it is scaling down. Suppose we are using 180 nanometer technology. Still 90 nanometer technology there, 130 nanometer technologies there, 65, 30, 40, 32, 22, then 14, 10, 7, 5, 3, 2, like that. So all the scaling things briefly will know that. And the effects. So if you do the scaling, means if you do the downsizing of the transistor, what are the effects? Means the channel length modulation, DIBL effects, what are the effects will come, that will study. Then finally MOS capacitance, that is the dynamic operation. Generally we'll see dynamic things that in a MOS, what are the capacitance form at the output, input, okay, between the gate to drain, gate to body, source to gate, what are the capacitance are, because ultimately that capacitance hampers your performance. Okay, if you use the transistor for high speed operation, the capacitance actually limits the performance, because if the capacitance will be more, then you can't go for higher speed operations. Okay, we will know that. Then the part 4, MOS inverter static, yes, the static characteristics means we'll go for, after transistor we'll go for a SIM MOSFET, that resistive load MOSFET, N-type MOSFET load, then CMOS inverter. So MOSFET, you know, is just 2 transistor MOSFET, is the one is NMOS and another is PMOS. But here in the resistive load, the PMOS is replaced by resistor. We'll check that characteristics. Then for N-type MOSFET, the PMOS is also replaced by N-type and the NMOS is NMOS. So we'll do that. Then finally CMOS is the one NMOS, one PMOS. Ultimately, all the circuit will do on CMOS inverters. Okay. So here, any doubt?
No, sir.
So you got just yes, you got the idea of what you will study actually. Overall, this should be in your mind actually. These things are there. We'll study these things. Okay.
Sir, my doubt is, sir, I have one doubt. Sir.
Yes, yes. Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, why do we use only MOSFET only? Why don't we use another thing, that transistor, another transistor?
Yes, yes. Actually, why we are using MOSFET, because MOSFET it is small size, and it's a fabrication. Mainly the fabrication things is very simple for MOSFET. So instead of MOSFET, you can use BJT also, but BJT, the fabrication part is very complex and costly also, because MOSFET is a symmetrical device. Okay, the fabrication step is very simple, and it's also small in size compared to the BJT. Okay, so that's why industry preferred MOSFET from the 1960. Okay, so that BJT, that's all are, you can get the means discrete devices, but some cases BJTs are used. Actually, if you'll compare the performance, BJT is actually working in high frequency. Uh, MOS compared to the MOS, BJT working in the high frequency. So that's why in some processes where BJT is required, BJT is, but it's very less. Okay, if we'll compare to the CMOS industry and BJT industry, more than 90% is using the CMOS. Okay, because it's a small size, fabrication is easy, and it's symmetrical device. So due to this thing, we are using CMOS. Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. Next thing is module 2 will inverter switching characteristics and interconnected effects. And here we will study the delay characteristics of this inverter. What are the delay? Means that propagation delay, that rise time, fall time. Okay. So output interconnect capacitance, everything will calculate. We'll calculate also delay. Okay. What are the delay constraints? Okay. Means suppose one spec is given. This is the delay. You can't go above this delay. So you have to design within this delay constraint. Means you have to size your transistors. Okay, these are the delay constraint. The switching power, the dynamic power. If the circuit operating in high frequency or any, what will be the power? What is the switching power? Okay, compared to that steady state power. So this thing we'll study. Then combinational logic circuit, MOS logic circuit with depletion and MOS load, CMOS logic. That depletion MOS load we'll study, but this is not important. So CMOS logic circuit is mostly important because all the combinational circuits based on the CMOS logic. Okay. Then complex logic circuits, right, multipliers and some complex means carry lookup adder. A lot of things are there. Using that small gates, you will design some multiple means some complex circuits that will show. Then transmission gates, it is the most of time it is required in your circuit. So transmission gate will also study. In the part 3, that sequential logic, that behavior of bistable means two stable states, 1 and 0. So we'll learn that behavior of the bistable elements. Then latch, flip-flop, SR latch, clock latch and flip-flop. What is flip-flop? What is the difference between latch and flip-flop? Then D latch, D flip-flop. Okay, yes, trigger D flip-flop. Okay, so these things we'll study in detail. Okay, so next thing is dynamic logic circuits. So here principle of pass transistor, voltage bootstrapping, synchronous dynamic circuit, high performance dynamic. Because this dynamic logic particularly advantage in the timing perspective okay, compared to that steady state circuits. These circuits are used to where the timing constraint is required. So this thing we'll study. Then semiconductor memory, DRAM, SRAM, non-volatile memory, flash memory, we'll study. And the second part of this third module. And design for testability also will do some analysis. We'll do some. Actually, this part I have to study also because I'm not comfortable with this part. I have to go through this in detail. Then, so it is actually the current industry. Required very lot of DFT engineers, so that's why. And you will do this part. And finally, this module 4 actually we will do the lab part from this module. Actually, that modeling part, basically level 1 model, level 2 model, level 3 model, BC model. Okay, when you will do the transistor simulation, what models are actually you are using. Okay, so transistor simulation means what is the transistor is like it's a transistor, but actually what you are doing, we are doing the simulation based on the model. Model means what is the threshold voltage, what is the phi, and what is the transconductor, what is the mobility. All these things are written in this model. So based on that, it is calculating. So all the differential equations are written in the model, means that simulator. So they have taken this value and calculate the node voltage and branch currents, and finally they will give the output. So these things will study in your lab part. And VLSI design styles, CAD technologies, CMOS POL process. So this thing we'll study. Also some in lab part also we'll discuss these things. Then in the final part, the estimation of intercurrent parasitics. So parasitics means after the layout, what are the parasitics capacitance? Because in circuit is ideal. Okay, it's ideal means the wire connection, but in actual layout is the metal. So if two metals are there side by side, then that parasitic capacitance will come, or so metal to substrate capacitance will come. Okay, some metal resistance will come. These are the parasitics. So we'll estimate this interconnect parasitics. Then calculation of interconnect delay. So due to this capacitor resistor, what is the delay? Okay, suppose you have given a input to a circuit, what is the delay at the output? Means if you will get the output between output and input and output delay, what is that? Calculation of power consumption. Okay, based on the circuit means performance or drive strength, what is the power consumption of the circuit? Okay, so drive strength in the when we study the standard cell, I'll discuss in detail. Then low power design through voltage scaling. So low power design also, if you'll go for low power, then you have to scale the device. If the device size is less, then definitely the interconnect parasitics will be less, then power consumption will be less. Okay, everything depends upon the sizing. The estimation and optimization of the switching activity. So the dynamics of the transistor switching activity means when you operate in high frequency. So how to optimize? We'll estimate the switching activity, and we can optimize also that. Okay. Then reduction of the switching. So these all things we'll study in this course. Okay, one by one. So this is all about your course overview. So, so anything you want to ask in this part? I think your class is up to 11:40.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, so till now we covered what we will study in this course. Okay. So module wise also give the brief discussion, brief overview. So till now, if you have any doubt, you can ask. So, is there any class after this class?
No, sir.
Okay, so we can go another 5 to 10 minutes. Just ask, or you want to anything discuss related to the VLSI field, please open and discuss these things. Anything, any silly things you can ask, not a problem. Or you are not getting anything, or what is that, what is this?
A practical implication of this Like, can we try it? I feel that it is better to do something practically than to learn something theoretically.
Yes,
So,
yes. Yeah, go ahead, actually. But
so
so,
I was thinking like whatever you have plus till now, it was fine, but then how to implement it?
uh, yes, for that actually, for this course there was no lab actually, but we think without lab that is no meaning of this subject. So that's why we put a lab. Um, though you have not studied till now any inverter or anything about the transistors, so the lab will start I think the next week, from next week. So in that, from basics, very basics, what is the transistor, what is the model of the transistor, how you will interconnect the transistor, how you do simulation, everything will go slowly. So that part, once you will go that part, then you will confident about this subject. Because that is very, very important, and that is required also. So already Pachata and Satabdi gone through that. So one thing, so any means apart from this, this Pachata and Satabdi, other 8 guys. So I am requesting you, if you have any doubt regarding these practical things, or regarding this means that's transistors, so you can freely ask to Pachata and Satabdi. Actually, they both know a lot of things about this, because they have already implemented few circuits, and they both have gone through 4 months internship course. Actually, they have a lot of ideas, and they have, so you must all 10 you can discuss freely. Means if you have any doubt about anything, so you can discuss and share your thoughts with Prachata and Satabdi. They can help you definitely. Okay.
Uh,
So we won't have lab today.
Yeah, used to, actually, we have lab class, but though we have not provided till now any open source tool, and we have not set up. So in lab class, I think we'll discuss that the next lecture. Okay. So I think 1 hour we'll discuss, and then from next lab, we think we'll ready for that, the lab part. Okay.
So
So
before starting with lab, is there any prerequisite? Like, is there anything which we should know before starting with lab?
no, that is prerequisite means that if you'll do with Windows, it's fine. If you'll do Linux, then you have to install that your VirtualBox and your Ubuntu or any CentOS platform. So first you have to prepare a platform. Then after this, you have to install the tool. Means that now it's CPP sim is the when we are using. Okay, CPP sim tool. So in that tool, you can draw the circuits, you can simulate the circuits, you can do the layout, and in that CPP sim also, it is most advanced. ngSpice is also there, and BC model also they are using. So it's very means it's very good tool for actually for university or for student purpose. So that thing is required. Otherwise, we will give the guidelines how to do. Okay, that part we will also give the demo how to do, how to draw, how to simulate. So everything will, and Pracheta and Satabdi also help you in this regard. Okay, so prerequisites means that a tool part is the prerequisites. Means Linux, and then your VirtualBox, Linux, then tool installation. That is. And next thing is that inside that CPP sim tool, so a lot of materials are there. Materials means that how to draw the schematics, how to do the simulation, and how to check the output, that curve. Okay, these things are there. Very simple materials are there, documents. So you can go through that. So for the time being, you can do that. So everyone has laptop.
No, sir. Sir, my laptop is at hostel.
Okay. So where you are staying now?
Sir, Jharsuguda.
Okay, Jharsuguda. So Jharsuguda. Your name is Sweetie.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Jharsuguda. So then it is difficult to have. Uh, so
Some of them are having. Some of
no.
they.
All I'm having
Just-
except me.
Yeah, actually.
अरेंज वहाँ भाई अरेंज कर लो कहीं से जो हो सके तो.
कहाँ से अरेंज कर लूँ? लैपटॉप है, छोटा चीज थोड़ी है.